Hi everyone, I'm back today for what I consider to be a very important video. For a long time, I've been pretty diligent about reading pet food labels to understand the ingredients, but there is one area where I've allowed myself to have a blind spot, and that was in the specific forms of the vitamin and mineral supplements that are added in. However, that is no longer the case because I just saw something that I cannot unsee, and I feel a responsibility to share because it really is quite horrifying. This all started when I read a recent article by Sayer G of Green Med Info about toxic ingredients masquerading as nutrients in common vitamin brands like Centrum and Flintstone Kids. Of course, I was shocked, but I wouldn't use those brands, so I just kind of filed it away in my mind. And then a couple days ago, while I was waiting for my cat's very expensive Orijen wet food to warm up, I decided to peruse the ingredients on the back of the can, and there it was. Sodium selenite. According to Sayer G's article, sodium selenate or selenite, a byproduct of copper metal refining, is 4 times more toxic than the known killing drug cyanide. Organically bound selenium is the vital nutrient that sodium selenate or selenite cannot replace. Organic selenium is known for its ability to boost the immune system, improve thyroid function, protect against heart disease, and even prevent cancer. Sodium selenite or selenate, on the other hand, has been shown to cause DNA damage associated with cancer and birth defects. I'll link to the article below if you want to read it for yourselves. You can follow the link at the end of the article to see the studies showing this in the Green Med Info database, or a simple internet search will give you plenty of results showing its toxicity and the death that ensued to the animals that it was studied on, such as this page from the NIH in the National Library of Medicine, saying that the most acutely toxic selenium compounds by ingestion appear to be sodium selenite and sodium selenate, and that lower doses of selenium can cause signs of toxicity if administered over extended periods of time, and then goes on to say that sodium selenate administered over time killed a bunch of animals. And also this hazardous substance fact sheet from the state of New Jersey, stating that sodium selenite may cause mutations, damage to the liver and kidneys, and that long-term exposure can damage red blood cells and more, just to name a few. It really upset me to see this form of selenium in Orijen, which is a very high-end brand that I would normally trust. So I looked at the Tiki Cat After Dark I also use, which is another expensive high-end brand, and sure enough, it was in there too. Since then, I've looked at almost every single wet food I could find for both dogs and cats. Almost every single one is using this toxic ingredient. It seems to be the industry standard, and it's almost impossible to avoid if using any commercial wet or dry food. In fact, the only brands I could find without it are the brands labeled for intermittent feeding only, that do not contain any supplementation and therefore may not contain all essential nutrients needed for our pets, and Ziwi Peak, which is insanely expensive. But big ups to Ziwi Peak for making a better product. I will also note that the Orijen dry cat food I use does not contain sodium selenite, so I will continue to use that as a portion of my cat's diets. I called Champion Pet Foods, makers of Orijen and Acana, about the issue, but they didn't answer, so I sent them an email letting them know that I find the use of sodium selenite to be unacceptable and that I cannot, in good conscience, feed their wet food to my cats anymore. And I want to encourage everyone else to do the same. It doesn't matter what brands we are feeding, just about all of them are using it. Since it seems that this is an industry standard ingredient, it's up to us to put pressure on whatever food manufacturers we're buying to let them know this is unacceptable. If you feel like I do and you love your pets too much to be feeding them toxic substances and hazardous waste, then it's time we take a stand. The only way these companies are going to remove this and other toxic ingredients from their formulas is if we let them know that we demand a better product and that we will not support companies that are poisoning our beloved animals. There's a growing movement in this country right now to hold corporations accountable for their toxic products that are making us sick and driving chronic disease. and I want to extend this trend to our pets' food as well. I beg anyone who watches this video to please help me spread the word. Please do all the things that'll help this video with the YouTube algorithm. Please click the like button and leave a comment with your thoughts. And most importantly, please share this with anyone you know who loves their pets. I'm trying to keep this video short, so I'm going to stop here, but I also hope you'll consider subscribing to this channel. I have more videos plans to expand on this topic, to alert pet owners to other toxic and unhealthy ingredients hiding in our pets' food, and also, more importantly, to share the solutions I'm coming up with to feed our animals better, more species-appropriate whole foods in the most cost-effective ways possible. But for now, I sincerely hope you'll help me spread the word about the toxicity of sodium selenite. And please help me put pressure on pet food companies like Orijen and Tiki Cat, or whatever brand you use, letting them know that we demand a stop to the use of toxic ingredients. Thank you so much for your time and for watching, and may all of our pets live long and healthy lives. I wish you all the best. Take care.
Forget to love your pets, and they'll never forget to love you.